Cricbuzz chatter at the end of day 3 of this test match. You know, the first for this Gandhi Mandela Trophy. There's two reasons why Shaun Pollock is smiling today. He's normally always smiling, but there's two reasons he's smiling today. First, of course, South Africa made 346 for 5 in the day. Then your Springboks ran over the Italians today.
Yeah, they did a good job on the Italians. It's an impressive performance, so things looking good at the rugby.
49-3? What happened? Did they steal some of the Italian players or what?
Nah, well, you would expect them to be dominant against Italy, but I suppose that is a little bit more than what we would have foreseen, that they won that comfortably. But more importantly, the cricket.
346 for 5? We didn't think that. I mean, end of day 2, 39 for 3, batsmen uncertain, fear the ball is going to do all kinds of things. You saw 2 great hundreds today.
Yeah, I think if you'd said to the South Africans this will be the score at the close of day 3, they would have jumped at you yesterday evening. And it was important, you know. We did mention the one positive was we had some experienced campaigners still to come, and it showed. I mean, the way Elgar applied himself, we listened to his interview afterwards where he said since 2015 he's learned a lot about himself as an individual, as a cricketer, and how to apply your abilities here on these kind of surfaces.
He also made a slightly, well, not so subtle reference to the pitches from 2015. He called it a
Are we going to see one of those in Pune?
No, unlikely. Pune is already on a warning after the Australia test. But on a separate note, I thought they played really well because the ball was beating the bat from time to time, but they were able to put that aside. Tell me this approach to hitting the spinners from time to time, just attacking the spinners from time to time. Would that have come out of what happened in 2015, a thought that they let the spinners do too much, or seeing what Rohit Sharma and Mayank Agarwal did from time to time, just take them on?
It's actually always been a policy of the South African team that we feel like we need to put the spinners under pressure. It's just sometimes that you don't trust your own defences and you get yourself a little bit worried and don't maybe get into the right positions to put the spinners under pressure. But they were very good at it. I mean, Elgar hit 4 sixes. He's never done that in the test innings before.
4 sixes.
So it was good, and then I mean Quinton played his natural game, and Faf, both of those two individuals like to take the attack to the spinners, so I wasn't surprised to see them. But yeah, even some of the initial shots that Dean played, I felt, ooh, that could be a little bit risky, but he played them really well. So he'll go to bed very, very happy with it.
And very tired, but I guess if you've done well, you don't feel that tired. They may not have slayed the demons yet, but they launched a huge assault on a couple of demons today. Faf du Plessis, last time he came, I know we keep going back to that, the pitches were different, so it's not entirely fair, but he made 60 runs in the series, he made 55 today. Quinton de Kock, 9 innings in Asia, 8 times to spin. Well, you could say 9 times to spin now after he got out, but that 100 was, I mean, it was full of some really crisp offside shots.
Yeah, I think the key for him as well is that he had a decent T20s. I mean, I know it was only 2 innings, but he would have felt in good touch. It's almost like this responsibility of being one of the main players, taking over the captaincy in the T20s is probably working for him. So yeah, I look forward to what we're going to see from him. I mean, he's always thoroughly entertaining when he gets going. South Africa aren't out of the hot water yet. I think it's done really well, got themselves into a competitive position, maybe less than 100 runs behind India. And then how do India play it? Do they go quickly, whatever? But they're still going to have to deal with a surface that's going to probably deteriorate even more. And even on that last day, if you've got to defend 50 or 60 overs, not being able to achieve a score will be a challenge. But it was important for them and for the series, I think, that they showed some fight and did what they did today. It does set things up nicely.
2 landmarks for the Indian spinners. Ravindra Jadeja got to 200, just 44 test matches. Rangan Herath got there in 47, so he's now the quickest left-hander. Well, he's the fastest to get there, not the quickest. Wasim Akram was there, Mid Johnson was there, Bishan Singh Bedi was there. A lot of very good names in that list, so he'll be very happy with what he did. Ravichandran Ashwin got a 5-wicket haul for the 27th time. I don't know if that happens in South Africa, but every time that happens in India, we say, but his overseas record is not good.
Yeah, I think the only person who used to get those 5-wicket hauls as regularly, or maybe not quite, was someone like Dale Steyn.
Yes.
But, yeah,
he got them everywhere though.
Yeah, he did.
He was just too quick in the air.
He was brilliant, and I suppose Ashwin would want to get a few more overseas.
True.
But he doesn't always play, and even when he does play, it's not always like they give him the amount of overs that he gets when he's performing in India. So, you know, sometimes even someone like a Keshav Maharaj can be in a bit of a passenger as the 4th or 5th bowler in a bowling attack in South Africa, because of the conditions don't really allow him to play his part. So you've got to just respect him for what he's done, and he's been brilliant, and was the pick of the bowlers again today.
Now you took a wager on commentary just towards the end of play, saying, Keshav Maharaj, if he's in against the spin, will hit a ball over mid-wicket.
I did, but I didn't calculate the time right. We were supposed to do the second last session on our roster. It was supposed to finish at 5:30.
But is he the kind normally?
He'll go tomorrow. Watch tomorrow. If he's there for an over or two, he'll look to play some shots.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at day 4 then. What can we look forward to on day 4?
I looked at the weather forecast.
Yeah?
There's supposed to be a chance of rain, which will put even more pressure. I think India want to give themselves enough chance to have a chance to win this test match.
Yes.
And South Africa will want to make them take as long as possible and have to bait for as least overs. I don't see them having any opportunity to win the game, South Africa, unless they come out and bowl unbelievably well and bowl India out.
For 150 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't see India saying to them, listen, here's 250, go and chase it. I think India will bat until South Africa are out of the equation and then hope that they'll apply themselves. But India's bowlers have had to do a lot more work than they would have expected in the first innings, so they'll be tired, and I think India want to give them a nice rest.
Well, the first thing South Africa will look to, and therefore what India will look to, India won those 2 wickets very, very quickly. South Africa drag it out as much as possible, keep India in the field for as long as possible. But seeing what South Africa did today, we thought day 3 was a moving day. It moved for South Africa more than it moved for India. So given that 346 were made in the day, even if India are in a position to set a target, they won't be able to set an attacking target. They'll have to go conservative, which means they'll have to use up a lot of time.
Yeah, well, I mean, work at, I think, still 98 overs tomorrow if we get all of those.
There's 188 overs left in the day,
so
in the match.
Work on maybe 10 or 12 being lost in the morning. I think if they go at the rate we've seen, they'll probably have to get 200, 250 runs. I don't see them declaring before the close of play, but it would still leave them with maybe a full day the next day to try and get South Africa out. So it's going to be nicely set up, but it's just a nice fight at the moment. There's people jockeying for positions, so it's a bit of a more of an even balance.
Day 4, there's lots to look forward to. Day 3 has ensured that day 4 is interesting.